Alright, what is going on, guys? It is Benny, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a mortar deck that just got buffed and is absolutely insane. And I've had a lot of people asking me, yo Benny, what is the mortar deck that you're going to be running? What would you recommend for this season? So all things considered, this is probably going to be the deck that I'm going to use to push this season, or I'm going to use something very similar to this with Skeleton King, assuming that nothing crazy happens this season. But I think that this deck is absolutely crazy. The Spirit Empress is just insane. It does so much damage. Its range is crazy. It kind of takes care of everything for you. So I definitely would recommend giving this a try. Now we are going to have a pretty nice little push here. I'm going to ignore that Mighty Miner because I don't think we have to worry about it too much. He is going to have a pretty solid defense there, but I'm going to pop the Skeleton King ability just to kind of get a little bit more pressure on this guy, and we will get one mortar shot on the tower, so that's good. But this is definitely a more challenging matchup for us, I think, here. Now let's go for the Ice Wizard right here, and then I'm actually going to go for the Empress on the Firecracker. We'll get the King Tower activation, and then we will have the 3 Elixir Empress to kind of take care of that Hog Rider. And I feel like we haven't had the greatest rotation at the start of this matchup, especially because this guy's Firecracker. That just really puts a bit of a damper on everything I do here. But I think as this match goes on, we can kind of fix our cycle and we can take control of this matchup. Now, I also wanted to say thank you so much for all of the comments that you guys have been leaving. And so on this video, if you have any questions or if there's anything you want to ask, leave a comment and I will do my best to reply to every single comment I can on this video. Now, he's going to start the furnace in the back there. What do I want to do here? I guess I'm going to go for my Skeleton King here just to kind of build up that defensive push here, and then he'll probably Mighty Miner. Yeah, okay, so let's go for the Bar Barrel to block the furnaces, and then I'll go for the skeletons here. We just want to try to take that Mighty Miner out as much as possible before we play anything else. And then let's go for the Evo Mortar on this side actually, and then I'm going to go for my Evo Skeleton Barrel right here because he went for the Earthquake. Then let's go ahead, let's pop the Skeleton King ability now, and we have a very nice little push here. We should get some great death damage with the Skeleton Barrel, and I can go for the poison, and that will be great value as well. Hopefully we get the Firecracker here in a second. Actually, we're definitely going to have to Bar Barrel that, I think. Okay, it looks like we will be okay. He's going to go in for a pretty big push here. Let's go for the Empress right here and the Mortar to pull. And then let's just get some skeletons down right here. We do get the Mortar shot. That is actually huge. And then I'm going to go for the Skeleton Barrel here. We should have this poison ready in case he goes for a Firecracker, because we do have to kind of, you know, be careful of those. The reality is this guy could definitely change this matchup in a heartbeat if he wanted to, so we have to be careful with that Hog Earthquake. Let's go for the Ice Wizard here. There is the Firecracker, so I'm going to Bar Barrel onto that, and then let's go for a Skeleton Barrel here, and we will have a very nice little counter push going here. He's gonna have to Earthquake in a second, so let's go for the poison, and now let's pop the Skeleton King ability just because he has everything there. And if he pops that Mighty Miner ability, then you know, it's no worries. But we have all of those skeletons going in. That was a pretty good furnace for him to play. Let's get another Ice Wizard down here, and then I'll get my skeletons here. Okay, let's go for the Spirit Empress, and then let's actually go ahead, let's get a Bar Barrel down here as well to help out with all of that. Then we can go for our Evo Skeleton Barrel here, and we have a pretty wicked push going in. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play the Mortar here as well actually, and then see if we can kind of pull things in. That might have been a bad mortar actually, now that I think about it, but that is okay. And then let's go for the Empress here. Let's go ahead and let's get the Ice Wizard at the ready. Boom, and then we should be ready for a Firecracker. There it is. So let's go ahead, let's get the barrel down onto that. Hopefully it doesn't get another shot. It doesn't. That is really good. We can go for the Skeleton Barrel right here, right now. Barbarian does get a hit. Let's go ahead, let's get another poison down here, and then I think we've got him here now. I think that all of that pressure was pretty aggressive for him, and it maybe was a little bit too much, and I think we should be able to cycle to the poison in time here. He's going to go for a pretty bad Hog there, so we'll just use the Mortar to pull it, and then the Skeleton Barrel should get on the tower, but we can poison regardless and get the win. Let's give him a good game, give him a good luck, a very tough first matchup, and let's go on into the next one. Alright guys, next matchup. Now I have to ask, I'm curious to anybody watching this, who here has played the Battlefield 6 beta? Because I am feeling so excited for the Battlefield 6 beta, man. Or not for the Battlefield 6 beta, sorry, but for the game itself, because it is amazing. Oh my goodness, I was a try-hard Battlefield player when I was a kid. That was just my bread and butter. I'm going to take some damage here, and I'm just going to let it happen. I don't actually, why am I letting it happen? I don't even know why I'm letting it happen. That was like ridiculously dumb. I'll go for the Mortar here. I was thinking to myself I'll just have a nice massive counter push, but no I won't. There was literally nothing I could counter push with there, so that's a little bit crazy. Let's just pop the Skeleton. Oh my gosh, okay, well the Golden Knight is going to stop that Skeleton King ability right in its tracks, although we will get some good damage. So I guess it's not a complete waste. I'll go for the ground Empress here to take out that Golden Knight and keep the mortar lock, and then he'll Barb Barrel, no big deal. Let's just go ahead and play our Skeleton Barrel now because he used his Barb Barrel, so we can kind of bait stuff out. But as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by this guy. I am so excited to play Battlefield 6, like the full game, because I loved it as a kid. I was a little fat kid playing Battlefield 3 back in the day, and it was so much fun. So I'm curious if any of you have played it. Now, what am I feeling against this guy? Let's go ahead, let's play our skeletons in the back here, and then I guess we can go with the Skeleton King. The thing about this matchup, honestly, is the flying machine is just ridiculously annoying, so that's something that I do need to kind of keep in mind. I'll play the mortar here just to have that push going, especially because we do have the Skeleton King in front for when he plays the recruits, and then when that brawler kind of cage went down, we were almost able to get a lock, but he did go for the Golden Knight, so that will stop it. But Spirit Empress is going to do its thing and just absolutely shred through everything. Let's play some skeletons here just to kind of keep the lock for a second. Oh my gosh, I was really hoping the Spirit Empress would take out the mortar, or the flying machine, sorry, but it did get it low enough that we don't even have to worry about it. And I am going to get a Skeleton Barrel onto the tower, which is insane, so we are going to get some great damage. I played my Skeleton King there. That was a little bit not timed properly, I don't think. I don't think we were able to get the ability charged up there, but that's okay. This guy's going to go ahead and play the Golden Knight in the back there, so I'm actually going to Defensive Mortar, and then I'm going to play my Evil Skeleton Barrel. I know I'm playing it into the Golden Knight, but trust me, this is actually like a good idea, because I'm going to take that tower. We're hopefully going to force him to play some counters, which we did, and that just stops him from being able to build up a massive recruits push, which is always really good. Let's play the skeletons right here to stop him from being able to get that Golden Knight on the tower. Then I'll just play, what the heck is that? Okay, that is a little bit interesting. That was not something I was expecting to see in this matchup here. We can just play the Spirit Empress to take all of that out. Crazy that there was a Hog Rider in that deck, but we are going to get the win, so we'll give him a good game and we'll give him a good luck. Alright guys, we are on to our next matchup. Now I will say with this deck, I think the 6 Elixir Spirit Empress is way better if you're able to do that. Holy crap, we've got another Hog Rider matchup here. That is just gross. With archers, that's interesting. I'm not used to seeing archers and Hog Rider, so we'll see what's going on with that. But I'm going to play the Skeleton Barrel right here just to get that going. He's going to play the cannon. No big deal there. Okay, and then I'm just going to kind of chill out for a second. I don't think we really need to do too much. Maybe I'll go for a Skeleton King in the back here, and then if he goes for Hog Rider, I have my Empress and I have my Ice Wizard as well, but we should be okay for the most part. Ooh, a Monk. Okay, that is interesting. I think our best bet will be to play the Ice Wizard first here, and then what do we want to do here? I'm not 100% sure what I'm feeling. I will go for the Barb Barrel though on the archers just to take those out because I don't want to deal with them. And then if he pops the Monk ability, we don't really have to worry because the Ice Wizard does such a great job of countering the Monk ability. And then the Hog Rider is going to get pulled away from the Monk, so that's going to be a really easy defense for us, especially with the Spirit Empress. And then he's going to Lightning, no big deal there again because the Spirit Empress does stay alive from that. The Skeleton Barrel is going in. We will force out the cannon, but now I'm going to slow down a little bit. That range of the Spirit Empress is just crazy. The fact that we got a hit on the tower there is kind of busted, if I'm being honest here. Okay, and then I think the strategy for this matchup here is going to be cycling this Skeleton King in the back and trying to stop this guy from getting a big push with that Monk. I think we saw in that last push that he really likes to play that Monk with the Hog Rider, so I'm actually going to go for the Evil Mortar to the opposite lane here to force him to play something else, and then he might go for like the Evil Archers, so I'm actually going to Barb Barrel here to get those down, and then let's go ahead, let's play the Poison to take care of that one Archer to keep the Mortar alive. And then he's going to play the Evil Cannon, so now I'm going to go for the Evil Skeleton Barrel. And he did go for a Hog Rider as well, so let's just get the Ice Wizard down to deal with that Hog Rider. And then I guess we can get a Skeleton King going here. We might as well build up a little bit of a push. Let's wait and see if he goes for the Archers. He will, so I'm going to Poison right on top of all of that. Then because he played the Skeleton Barrel, or the Cannon, sorry, I can go for the Skeleton Barrel and hopefully get that onto the tower to get some nice death damage there. As well as we get some Ice Wizard splash damage, which is huge. Skeleton Barrel will take the tower, which is great, so let's cycle our Skeletons right here. Let's just be ready for him to go for a Hog Rider in either lane, and then I'll play the Spirit Empress right here as well, just in case, and to take out that Monk. But it looks like this guy gave up, so let's give him a good game, let's give him a good luck as well, and let's go on into the next one. Alright, you guys, last matchup of the video. Let's just go ahead and play the mortar right here to get that going, and then we'll... Oh my gosh, okay, so we are up against recruits again. So this video is hog and recruits everywhere, which is kind of crazy. I'll play the ice wizard right here to deal with that side, and then usually I like to pull into the middle, but in this scenario I just didn't. I don't even really know why. I think I could have, but I also feel like it would have been a lot of elixir and it would have been difficult to actually have a valuable counter push. But him playing the goblin gang there definitely gives us the ability to have a nice counter push now. So I'm going to go for the skeleton barrel with the skeleton king, and then I'm going to play the mortar, and we'll wait and see kind of what he does in response to this. Let's go ahead, let's pop the skeleton king ability as well, just to really add up all of the pressure we got there. But we got the skeletons on the tower. Dagger Duchess is out of ammo as well. Hopefully we get the dark goblin with that mortar shot. Beautiful, I love to see it. And then let's keep this mortar alive. Let's see if we can get that tower down right off the start and just slam this guy. So that is going to be some really great damage here. That is what happens when you try to starting hand Benny Royale. However, this guy is coming in with a passion, and I can tell that he's going to put everything into this push, so we do need to be ready for that. I guess I'll just barb barrel here to kind of help take all of that out. And then, oh my gosh, okay, that was a little bit interesting. He's going to give us really great splash damage here, but that dark goblin's a little bit scary. It just depends on how much we can take out in time. I think we will defend that decently well. I don't think we're really going to have much of a counter push here. I'm going to wait for that dark goblin to go down, and then I'm going to go for my evil mortar. But I think he should have elixir to defend this, just not a lot. So we will get him to play the berserker. So let's go ahead, let's get an ice wizard up high here just to kind of make sure that that berserker doesn't take out the mortar. And then that will force him to have to play another card here, because we should be locked on the tower now that the brawler is out of the cage. Whenever you get the brawler out of the cage, your mortar will lock onto the tower if they don't have anything else. And we have the Empress there to help take stuff out. Let's pull these recruits right here into the middle, and then I guess I'll go for the skeleton king here. I'm going to ignore that left side. Actually, it got pulled into the middle anyway, so it didn't even matter. But let's go ahead, let's barb barrel, and then let's get the ice wizard down here. And then I guess I'll just get an Empress here, but that entire push just got decimated, which is great. And then I'll go for the mortar here again. He's going to go for the brawler. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to play this evil skeleton barrel right here on the brawler, and then that should get it out, and then we should lock onto the dark goblin there. And then let's go for the ice wizard here. We got to be ready for the royal hogs to come to the opposite lane. There they are, so we're just going to go ahead and do this right here, and then the ice wizard should kind of slow that push down to the point where we don't need to worry about it. I'll get the dagger or the spirit empress down here, go for the barb barrel as well, but that's going to be a win for us. So let's give him a good game, let's give him a good luck as well. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next one.